Hello and welcome. I think people are going to be able to see this, but as I was just trying to let everyone know in the chat, we are potentially having some weird sort of stream technical issues. It feels like there was two different stream events. I don't even know how to describe it. So I'm now starting to stream on this one. We'll see if it actually I can see people in the chat now. Okay, so hopefully this is working. Did you guys have to do anything for those of you that are in here? Did you have to refresh? Did it just kick in? I'm not quite sure why, but it was when I was trying to test out the chats, it seemed like we had two separate things going on. But I'm going to give it a second just to kind of make sure that people can come in, see what's going on. Got a new notification. Oh, hello now. Okay, all right. So people are coming in now. Very good. Yeah, I have no clue how exactly that happened, but here we go. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. We are going to be playing The Outer Worlds for the second time. So we did a test run of The Outer Worlds. You guys really seem to like it. We are going to be back and with, no less, The Adventures of Kanye. So this was like the most random idea that I had, pretty much, just like right before we started. I did not plan this at all. I was like, I don't know what to make the character look like. I just wanted to do something different than what I had done in my main playthrough, and I was like, what the heck. The Kanye West album had just come out, and it's a running gag. It's basically a meme on this channel where I mentioned that I like Kanye West, and now it's completely spun out of control where I'm the biggest fan of Kanye. So I figured, what the heck, may as well keep a bad joke going. And so I created Space Kanye as my character, which really actually is going to make for a pretty interesting roleplay, because I made him tongue-in-cheek here, Kanye, no offense, low intelligence, high charisma, which just makes for a really fun build. And then someone, I think it was Catherine, who said I started using one of the staff weapons, and then it was said that Kanye got a pimp staff, and I'm like, okay, so we're going to have to do a melee build. Melee build, low intelligence, high charisma. And I've also added one more wrinkle. We're going to do only fashionable Kanye. So I'm not going to wear anything that's like, I'm not going to care what the stats look like. I'm only going to go, which means probably no armor. It's literally just going to be whatever Kanye thinks looks the best. So that is how we're going to be rolling today. Oh, wait, that's not correct, is it? Actually, give this 1 second. I think you might see the, I know the scale is off on the stream. There we go. Yeah, that's a weird thing. And I think this might just be a total, like, Microsoft Store thing, but whenever I'm loading in to the game, it's like it's not quite really full screen. My monitor is a native 4K, but I tend to play games in 1440p. And then we're streaming in 1080, so it's a total mess as far as resolutions are concerned. Let me go ahead. I've gotten multiple characters now on The Outer Worlds, so let me just try and see if I can find Kanye. Here we go. Once again, shout out. These are the best loading screens I've seen in a long time. Yeah, Frozen Berry Cupcake. Don't know if Jordan is fashionable enough to get Kanye's fashion. That's a very salient point for you to make. I don't know if anyone is is fashionable enough to get Kanye's fashion. I'm just so glad I could find that picture of Kanye that I put up for the Adventures of Space Kanye title that I had up there. I'm just really glad I could find that, because those sunglasses are wild. All right, this is where we left off. We're still in Edgewater. We're still pretty early into the game. And we're just gonna see what floats Kanye's boat, if that's a thing. Okay, so we can do this retrieve the cache of medicine one. That should be pretty quick. It's right outside by the community center. And I don't think we're gonna do this one, because it basically just seems like bill collecting, and I found that nothing really anyway. Also, Reed wants us to go and talk to Adelaide. So, Emery? Maybe it's Emery. I love the Bioshock aesthetics of this game so much. It does have sort of Bioshock aesthetics, but also sort of like a Western vibe to it, which is really quite interesting. People said Firefly very early on, and I would totally agree with the Firefly comparison. Also, if you can hear the score, it definitely gives me that kind of vibe. I think we need like 500 bits to do the first respec, and as soon as we can do a respec, we will actually change all of Kanye's skills, or most of them, into melee, but for now, we're just going to do our best. Everyone let me know. Emery, you got it. All right, cool. It is Emery. All right. So everyone just let me know how audio levels are. Let me know how the stream is. If it's too choppy, we're only streaming at 30 frames per second, so we should be good there, but just let me know. I will say, and then hopefully, we get to experience all of this on this stream, the companions are really good in this game. Really, really dig the companions. Okay, I've come out on completely the wrong side. Probably would have helped if I had known better. That's... Run around. Well, actually, you know what? No, it's way quicker. I'm going to run and do that community center quest real quick and get that medicine. Not sure who I'm going to give it to exactly, but we'll make it up as we go along. Burn the books, yeah. Okay, burn the books. I remember Jordan chatting and being all excited about the Outer Worlds this time last year on Split the Veil, our podcast, and it's pretty sick to actually be playing it now. You are not kidding. That is, I feel the same way, and I've had a lot of good things to say about Obsidian and, well, Private Division also, who's the publisher, as far as how they brought this game out. No delays, no graphical downgrades, so props to Obsidian on that one, and just, it never got delayed. It came out the day they said it was going to come out, and they announced it with a good amount of lead-up time. I just think it's rare to see a game launch so well, but they really did a good job. You guys will see the occasional frame rate drop. I have the frame rate counter up there if you care to look at it. This is not indicative of the total performance of the game. Despite my best abilities, OBS and just streaming in general is going to take up it's going to take up certain cycles, so you'll see little bits of lag, but I will say the game is pretty good on optimization. Not locked at 60 FPS, but not bad. Zur. I wish Katie and Jordan could pronounce my name right. Instead of Zur, it's Exer. Is it really Exer? How interesting. You got to put that dash in there. All right. Well, now I'll know. I'll let Katie know next time. Exer. Right here.
Huh?
All right, bro.
Incoming!
Oh, that was actually very satisfying. We can do that again. Oh my god. You know what? I really appreciate this build. That power attack, it just comes straight down on the head. That is fantastic. Oh man, look, I'm actually having a really good day today, but on the days when I'm having a bad day, I just gotta load up Space Kanye and just come dunk Marauders on the head. That's a lot of fun, actually. Oh, that was a blast. God, it felt so good. I just feel like, whew, that was like therapy. Let everybody know. Tell your friends, if you're having a bad day, just play the Outer Worlds and just use the staff and just smack people in the head. Oh crap, we got more. Oh, it does attack very slowly though. That's not good. Oh, and they dodge. Thanks, Parvati.
It's nothing personal, I swear.
All right, so we are going to have a little bit more of an issue, survivability, because this thing swings Well, okay. Oh, so it can combo. All right, I gotta make sure. Okay, very interesting. If you hit melee and stop, there's like a delay. Whereas if you just keep pulling, I'm playing with controllers, so you just keep down on right trigger, it does like a 3 combo thing. Very nice. Okay, hey Flucus. You know something? It's never occurred to me to do this. Generally, when I play, and you know, I'm playing like a mouse and keyboard stream game, I kind of have the mic a little bit off to the side, and it's kind of awkward, but you know, you make do with it. You make do with what you have to do. And when I'm playing with controller, it just never fucking occurred to me to slide my keyboard out of the way since I'm not using it and just move the microphone right in front of me. God damn, I've been streaming for like more than a year, and it just never occurred to me to do that. All right, well, you learn something every day. Okay. Burn the books. I really want to draw while watching this, but just finished a shift and I'm shattered. We'll take a load off for a second here. I mean, well, maybe draw here in a bit. Give yourself a little 10-minute breather, and then you... Alright, we're gonna smash some more. Oh, there we go. Alright, Ferrari, you get that one. I will... Teamwork thunking. Oh! Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Okay, time to loot. You know, I do find inventory space to be somewhat of an issue a little bit as far as becoming over encumbered, but it's also, it's not too bad, and it's really more the case of you can carry a lot of stuff. There's just tons of crap to pick up in this game, and I'm pretty much, I'm a lot further ahead in my main playthrough. There's probably too much loot. There's a lot of stuff you really don't need. It's kind of useless. Burn. Okay, Jordan gave me some motivation, and we need some random doodle prompts. Can help Burn come up with some. I don't want to be stealth Kanye though. I want to be like crazy. Oh! Oh! Did I just smash his legs off? Holy moly! This fucking pimp staff is potent, man.
Look out! Got them all.
Punking people in the head is quite interesting. Okay. Catherine in the chat. Quote, Codex added, quote, this pimp staff is potent. That's what she said. Oh, boy. I just wanted to state for the record that was not me this time. Oh, his head! Oh, and his head is gone. That's just, wow. There it goes. Oh, crack your dome, son. Ooh, boy, that guy's gonna need a little bit more than ibuprofen. That is gonna hurt in the morning, son. Aaron Brody, the pimp staff is dummy thick. You know what's really interesting? I gotta tell you, man, we're only 15 minutes into this stream. Such a good idea. I know you guys are still like telling me to do the Skyrim thief thing. It's still in the works. It's still in the planning. I still want to do that, but I gotta tell you, even as I was playing my main character for this game, I was thinking of this character. Like, it's a really fun build. Melee, low intelligence, high charisma. It doesn't make any sense. It's a weird mismatch, but it's a lot of fun to play. Oh, wow, look at that. God, it's so weird too, because I find that the gun gameplay kind of lacks like a visceral feel that like Gears of War has got really thunky, sort of heavy shooting, right? The rifles really pop and the sound design is like really exaggerated. The guns feel kind of airy and lightweight in Outer Worlds, but the melee has a nice feel to it. Gotta say, that is a very nice surprise.
Eyes up.
It's all you, Bravati. Damn. Got him. Oh, he's not dead yet.
Everyone all right?
There now he's dead. And you know what? There's another quest that sends me to this exact room. How? I don't know. And I'm picking up stuff that I'm probably... I am a loot pack rat. Also, being able to sell to vending machines is quite useful. Really is. Well, he is actually quite strong also, which helps for the melee build. What am I looking for? Skills. Hack. I assume I have like nothing in hack. I've got 15, but at some point I might invest that up to 20 just so I can sell that. Now water will actually be helpful because that boosts all of your physical attributes one for like seconds. Oh wait, is fish sticks really a food type? God damn it. Oh god damn it. That is such a played out joke, and in all honesty, Kanye was one of the first in the hip hop community to really kind of, call out people being homophobic and things like that, and he really was the brunt of a stupid joke because of it, but nonetheless, you know that we're gonna hoard fish stick. Okay, we picked up the key for this earlier, so now we can get the amphibian. What's with Space Kanye's body tubes? This is just this is the suit. This is the hibernation suit. You came out of hibernation, and we have some other stuff, but people do react to you quite. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of feeling this energy right now. So we're actually going to rock this Marauder armor, to be quite honest. People will react poorly to you, but I'm actually kind of feeling this. I almost feel like this is something Kanye would rock. So in the interest of fashion Kanye, this is what I'm doing. Frozenberry Cupcake, can someone explain the fish stick joke to me? It is the most immature joke you've ever heard in your life, and that doesn't mean it's not funny. It does not mean that it's not good. South Park did an episode making fun of Kanye. They had a bit where he likes fish sticks, and if you say fish sticks, I don't know, kind of fast, it sounds like you're saying fish dicks, and it's a homophobic joke. They're trying to say that Kanye is gay, which Kanye happens to be straight, but he also, At one point, he was famous for wearing pink polo shirts and all these other things that were not considered in the mid-2000s sort of culture that we were in, not considered fashion that straight men would wear, and so people came up with homophobic things to say. And South Park was one of them. No, I mean, you know, I'm not saying we should crucify South Park. I like South Park, but that's just what it was. That's what the fish sticks thing comes from. It sounded like fish dicks. That's literally it. Emmerich, yes, at the end of the episode, he goes to live in the ocean as a gay fish. That is legitimately how the episode ends. Do I even need to hack this? I don't care to hack it, really. Okay. I have the medicine. All right, let's just go back. I don't have anything to be around for. Emmerich, also Kanye's ex told everyone on Twitter he liked fingers in his booty. First of all, I don't think that has anything to do with gay or not gay. That's kind of up to Kanye, isn't it? And also, what a shitty ex, right? I don't know. That's I think on the one hand, you know, whatever. If you're Kanye's boy, maybe you kind of give him shit. Now I'm contradicting myself. Maybe you give him shit over that, but if you're his ex, you probably should shut the fuck up on Twitter. But anyway, see that I don't know. I mean, that's fine. That is a total personal thing that people have to figure out. But I do also feel like that premise is kind of a holdover from, again, sort of older times. Too much info, my dude. Well, yeah, there is that, but it was already in the chat. All right, we're going to turn this quest in, and for some reason, I feel like we're going to go ahead and give it to the guy that originally asked for it, even though Homegirl makes a pretty decent argument for why she should get it. I think Kanye's just going to feel like he got the stuff, and so he's going to give it to him.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing with myself.
Nothing I can do about that.
All right, Martin Abernathy, you get medicine.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
And there you can see, and there you can see, because I'm wearing armor that is associated with marauders, Martin Abernathy he's having a hard time. He thinks I'm a marauder. And what's fascinating about this is my only option is to say, where?
Oh, wait. It's just you. Yours killed me with fright. At least I know I ain't hallucinating. You need something?
All right. Yeah, I have that medicine you want.
Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting.
Oh, this is hilarious. Medical and dumb. Esther tells me you got a history of hippocon. All right. I don't even know what to do here. I'm tempted to take this, but also at the same time, I don't necessarily think I'm going to take every option just because it's one dumb option. Yeah, it's all yours.
Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
Scrap together all the bits I had in the domicile. Yeah, I don't know what I would do here. I mean, I kind of do need more money, so let's just say at least until Space Kanye gets rich, he's about that money, and then once he gets rich, he's about giving back to the people.
You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
Okay, nice. All right, we're now agreeable to Spacer's choice. I'm gonna head back to the ship real quick because I now have enough, before we even level up, I now have enough bits to respec. So let's just go ahead and fast travel. In my main game, not fast traveling so much, but you know, we're streaming right now, so for the sake of brevity, we'll fast travel a bit. Ashara, I like that it combines both the skill and personality traits you have for the dialogue option. I fucking love that. In particular, I love the fact that there's medical and engineering, quote-unquote, dumb options. To me, that puts dumb in air quotes, right? Like, he's just not maybe the most articulate guy at times, but then he has high persuade, so other times he is. I just love it. I don't even think of it as a dumb character. I think of it as like an air quotes dumb character. Because if you can have a high engineering and a high, you know, hacking or a high whatever, well, then it's not a dumb character. It's just sort of a different character. Okay, let's go ahead and respec. We're just gonna go, I don't want to say pure melee, but it's gonna go pretty heavily melee. All right, here we go. Save. Vocational competence specification. Or VCRM for sure. Spend 500, and now we have all of our skill points. Okay, okay, we gotta redo all this though, because we gotta make sure that our Suede is still good. Want to get a good amount of points into that, but then also, oh wait, this is very important. Yeah, we got to put a lot of stuff. So yeah, we're going to be meleeing the crap out of some folks. Okay. Aaron Brody for streaming, what's your favorite program to use? We use OBS. We've pretty much always used OBS. To be honest, I've never used anything else. So I am definitely not an experienced streamer. So OBS works fine for me, and I really don't have any reason to use anything else at this point. So okay, let's pick some more perks. Oh, it even does it respec my perks also? I don't remember what I picked the first time. Sprint speed. Okay, walk speed. More XP from companion kills, vendor prices, base health. I'm torn. I definitely want to get a sort of a theme going with all of these tier 1 perks, like get ones that work well together. And honestly, I don't remember what I picked the last time. I probably picked health because it's a good general one. Maybe I should pick durability for armor, just because I'm thinking I don't think I'm going to have a high engineering score necessarily, so that might mean that costs me more to repair stuff. Although I will say the base armor rating is probably going to come in handy over the long haul. But then again, so does health. So we're just going to choose health for sure. Tactical time dilation lasts longer. Surely this is normal. I almost feel like sprint speed could be interesting, especially for a melee build, for me to sort of close the gap on people. This might be athletic Space Kanye, who knows? Right now I'm going to be a bit more of a bruiser though, so we're going to take the extra armor. Really trying to... Taika, I finished this game already on round 2. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. I am now playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for the 3rd time, and it's a lot of fun. It's just kind of fun to know where to spend time on where you want to spend time on, rather, because there's really no wrong way to play a game that is that open. But when you kind of know what's coming, you can make a few more choices about that. So, all right. Well, hang on. I'm gonna lockpick this only because there's no lock container.
Oh, clever.
Assault rifle. Oh, stun baton. That too. Hey, could always be nice to stun people. Alright, we'll stun people first, and bonk them on the head with the pimp staff. Yeah, also, Taika, playing round 2 means you can play different options depending on the game, 100%. And that is why, I'm sort of playing my second character right now as we play the Outer Worlds, and it is a lot of fun to basically do things differently. My character that I'm playing is high intelligence, you know what I mean? And so it's a long gun specialty, like I'm a sniper. Very different, and a ton of fun to play, but this is also a ton of fun to play. Not just in the combat, but in the dialogue, and so it's very, very indicative of how valuable these games really are. It takes a lot of resources to be able to do all of those, all of that reactivity. So I don't know. I just like to showcase how enjoyable that is. All right. Well, we wrapped up that other quest, and so we should probably go talk to Adelaide now. Honestly. I know that we can pick up other side quests, but we'll do that kind of as we go along. Yeah, let's deliver Reed's message. So we all the way out this way. Go ahead and fast travel to the community center, and then we'll. Yeah, again, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. How are people? Thanksgiving, that's really more of an American specific, like North American holiday. But what are we plans wise for folks that are stateside? And then also, what are you guys playing? Is anyone else playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now on PC? I know some folks waited to play it on PC. Some folks maybe already played it. I'm in a real Red Dead state of mind. It's probably what I'm going to play when we're done here streaming. So. What else have you guys been playing? Oh, Aaron Brody, I'm about to play Mass Effect 1 for the first time and might stream it, because I know nothing about the games, really. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Oh, Aaron Brody, spending Thanksgiving with some of my biological family that was recently discovered through 23andMe. That's exciting. Well, congratulations, and, hope that all just goes as smoothly as possible. That's fantastic, really. Nicole, I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2, but DAO sucked me back in. I can feel that. I'm down with that. Like, sometimes those old games, that's just what you're in the mood for again. I totally get that. I mean, look, I'm loving The Outer Worlds, and I've already played and beaten Red Dead twice, and I still got sucked back into it for PC, because it just kind of does that to me sometimes. It's a very relaxing game to play, but I totally get the, just wanting to go back to Dragon Age, wanting to go back to Mass Effect. I've done that I don't know how many times. Fenelevellin, I'm playing Fairy Tail Fights on PS3 and doing some Batgirl cosplay. Also spending Thanksgiving alone. Well, Batgirl cosplay, that's awesome. Fantastic. I love it. And also, fairy tale fights. Never. I think I've heard of that, but I've not really seen it on it. Is it good? Fairy tale fights. I'm trying to remember if I've seen gameplay for that. Oh, here's the thing. I wonder if Grace is going to think that I am also a marauder because of the armor. She is sort of the watcher for the botanical lab. Fenna Lavelle, it's a claymation game and really messed up. Okay.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Oh, I'm not bringing trouble. I'm just, Adelaide.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Yeah, what's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Well, yeah, who's been wandering out?
Got anything in you besides questions? No,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
genius, for one.
That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't tell me you're scared of a few marauders.
I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
Alright, well, maybe the marauders took her away.
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Any chance you could point me somewhere specific and not just out there?
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere.
Yeah, there is a crap ton of marauders out there, actually, so that'll be fun. We'll be able to smash a lot of things. Alright, I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Alright, well, don't worry about it. I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
Do you know where I can find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse. Tending crop.
Very good. Hothouse. Crops. Yep. Here we go. Adelaide, make
Oh
a bit.
gosh, it's so pretty.
Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Yeah, what's that smell?
That'd be the garden, dear. You're standing in a garden. Also fertilizer, so mind your boots.
Oh yeah, you don't say.
Excuse
Fertilizer,
me,
huh?
Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Okay, looks like you've made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Hold on. You guys can fly?
My goodness. Aren't you just charming?
I love her reaction to it. This is great. Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Well, I'm surprised you've managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
All right, well, Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Well, you're... I don't know why. Like, I'm torn between to sort of help these people. No. He sees himself as the only one that can, that sort of thing, but also the fact that he just doesn't care. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, something about coming back to the town.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater.
Thanks, Emmerich. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Hey, Reed asked me to turn power over to him.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Well, you're power regulator. I needed to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Well, what have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't much like you that in her face. Died.
I'm alright. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
Alright, yeah, let's say I help you with it.
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Alright, so you think Reed is just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Oh, interesting. Frozen cupcake, frozen berry cupcake. Parvati is Meryl done right. No offense to Meryl, I love her. It's not a bad observation. I thought something sort of similar. It's just that I don't know. It's not that Meryl's done wrong. It's just that it's starting to not age as well. It's endearing that she is kind of scatterbrained, but it's also a little bit on the nose from 2011. Yeah, 2011. So it's not aging that well, and I feel like Parvati is a much more subtle and nuanced way to show someone who has some anxieties about sort of interacting with in I actually think a very positive way. So, all right, Adelaide, I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Right. Ooh, okay, now we can go talk to Vicar Max. Yeah, I might want to do supply, shopping, selling.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
Yeah, what are you saying?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
I love the name. Got here. Speed grip. Okay, I like this. That's 960. Let's sell some stuff, shall we? One. This armor mod is interesting, but it increases the range at which interactable objects are highlighted, but I don't think I'm going to use it, so we'll sell that also. And we still don't have enough for the speed grip, but you do end up finding a lot of speed. I am definitely buying this fucking beanie, though. Better fucking believe that. Also, worker outfit. Yeah. Possibly. I gotta figure out which. Going with this one, and then but yeah, we're definitely getting beanie because that's very Kanye. Oh yes, fuck yeah. Kanye is feeling this beanie for sure. Again, we're not gonna wear the stuff that gives us the best stats.
Something I can
We're gonna
help you
go with whatever we feel is Kanye style.
Fresh off the...
Fuck it. Kanye spends too much money on clothes, so he's just gonna buy both of these. This rebuilt mining gear, fuck it, he's buying that too. Kanye has a problem with spending too much money to try on clothes. Alright. This is kind of, you know, a little junkyard chic. I don't know if he's really feeling it though. This is kind of a vest-like thing. It's not bad. Could use a little more color. This is not bad. Those armbands are kind of like a little bit of bartender feel, to be honest. I think we're gonna go with this sort of leather apparatus thing with the beanie. He's feeling this. Kanye's gonna rock this. Okay. Space Riot Hobo Kanye. Yeah, you're not kidding. Okay. But also, see, I have been keeping. This is why I'm really having fun with this character, because I just get to do everything that's just kind of fun, but not. You know, my main character's got to be a certain way. So with my main character, I'm keeping everybody in the default armor because I feel like it looks iconic. I want to change them to have better stats, but I kind of like them looking the way that they look. Kanye's not going to have that issue. Kanye wants everybody to look their freshest. So not only is Kanye going to sort of dress the part, he's going to expect everybody else to dress the part also. But he's kind of liking Parvati with the overalls. It kind of works for her. But this also looks kind of fresh. It's also looking kind of fresh for her, you know? This is interesting. Not bad. We're wondering. We're considering. This kind of keeps a little bit of her like mechanic vibe, but now she's got a scarf, got some accessories, she's got some weird mismatched pants thing going on. Okay, you know what? Kanye's feeling this. We're doing this. Frozenberry Cupcake, keep the default armor. That's how I feel about it on a serious playthrough, but for this one, we're just going to be a little bit different. Space Fox. Oh well, thank you for stopping in, even if it's just for a minute. Don't worry about it. We are here all the time. I wish I did have more time to stream during the week, but you know, work and everything else does not provide too much time in the evening, and a lot of times my brain just feels absolutely fried. So if I am playing games in the evening, it's something I can zone out on. Okay, well, let's see. What are we up to now? Oh, that's right, Vicar Max. Oh no, wait. Let's go find Zoe. That's what we're... And conveniently, there's a letter right in the front that basically explains what's happened. I'm not going to read through all of the letters. Basically, Zoe was just craving adventure. She just really wanted to go out and, tired of being stuck at home and watching the serials, she wanted to go out and find real adventure. And so, like an idiot, she goes and joins a marauder gang. Zoe's right. Oh, here we go. Did Parvati just miss? What the fuck did she just do? Oh no, wait, she got him. Oh boy, okay. Oh, there we go. Slow motion hit. Oh, and there he goes. Really, is this guy still up? Alright, mano a mano. Oh, crap. Okay. Dude, that laugh from the Marauder is absolutely crazy. Oh, hey, Katie. Out of the, I couldn't see that. Something stupor. We did get a good autosave. Stream is going well so far. We just died, but that's the first time I think I've died this entire playthrough. Melee build is fun, but also I have to remember the fact that like I never use healing packs in my regular character because I'm long range and not really stealthy, just kind of like long range sniper. So I never use healing packs. Not even to heal the companions, to be honest. I don't think combat is very difficult on normal. But early on, it does provide some challenge. So. But we do have lots of... here you go. Here's movement speed. Here's melee attack speed. Why not?
Look out! Attack!
Oh, on the back of the head, dude. Alright, there we go.
Careful, you're hurt!
I understand. Well, help, Parvati! I'm hurt. Okay, there we go. Oh, Space Dog gets knocked down. Who is attacking her? Oh, there we go. Oof, there we go. Right, much better. Oh, there's more. Okay. Ooh, bonked on the head. Jordan has been making space beats. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Well, may as well lockpick this because...
Nice.
Oh, and there's a speed grip. Nice. I'm really glad. Space Mace looks fun. Yeah, no, you ain't kidding. Like, it is actually, the melee combat in this is actually very satisfying. Like, almost surprisingly so. I was saying earlier that the guns don't feel like they have a lot of weight to them. Like, they just don't feel like they have that pop that you really expect, especially from, like, shotguns or sniper rifles or something. It feels a little bit light, but the melee, oddly, has a good feel to it. Okay, let's use... Drink some water. Yes.
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Oh, Space Dog goes down. Fine. Boom goes the dynamite! Come on, somebody. Oh, I am just getting pelted! Yeah, okay, so... Here is where melee build is going to be a bit of an issue. When we're surrounded like that with lots of enemies, they are all just taking shots from everywhere. Okay, so we either got to use guns a bit or we got to find a new strategy. Yeah, let's oh, dang, that light machine gun is nice. Hang on, come over here. Don't charge over. Let's at least let them run towards us, huh? Oh, dang, SMG's Kanye now. All right. Get that boy. Okay, now it's time for the main fight. Oh, good lord. His head is gone. Like, we just straight golf balled his head. All right, much more. You can actually boom the dynamite like bombs. Oh wow, that was sick. Yeah, no, it is quite nice. It is a nice meaty thunk. Yeah, that is when you bonk people on the head. That's the last bonk to bonk them all. Okay. Robot shit. That. Back out. Even though I don't really need any of this, I just compulsively. The lines are at. That's Zoe. Where these boys at though?
Too strong. Hit it with something else.
All right, Zoe Chandler, what do you got to say for yourself?
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Well, I'm pretty... not for free, yeah.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I mean, I could pay you in Adrena time, but I've already bartered most of my stash over to these poor saps. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
Hey, I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Yeah, seriously. I can't imagine you happy out here. Food's awful, company worse, and no serial dramas.
And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Alright, Zoe is now... Wait, is she going? That's right. I think we gotta return. Yeah, get back to Grace. Wrap up that quest. Alright, so fast traveling again. I gotta say, this actually does go a lot quicker when you do fast travel, because I'm basically not fast traveling ever when I'm doing my main character. Kind of nice.
What is it?
What is it? I talked Zoe into coming.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Something about wanting to be an outlaw and rather not.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Hey, all right. Well, we're almost level 5 now, so that's pretty good. And all right, now we can go see Vic. Wait, what is this? Oh, that's the power plant. Got it. I don't know why I just keep thinking about when Kanye said the thing about Lady Gaga. I don't know, I mean, probably just because we're playing Kanye, but that's still one of my favorite quotes of all time. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras? That is one of the all-time great Kanye West lines. It's just so candid, and it's like it's what everybody else was thinking anyway. Like, why does this singer now the creative director? It's like some total fluff title at Polaroid, and it's just one of the great Kanye moments. Anyway, Vicar Max should be in the temple place that they have here. Vicar Max, by the way, is a great character. Parvati is excellent also. They're all good. I don't know. I won't spoil it. There's maybe only one companion that I'm not super thrilled with, but Vicar Max and Parvati are quite strong. So let's go meet Vicar Max.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
Yeah, so no romances in the game. Katie asking, is there romances? Will Kanye get his Kim? No, not in this one. So, and by the way, I can see how people would love to romance some of these characters, right? I mean, Parvati is beloved already. Ellie, really cool. Nyoka, I could see people wanting to romance. And our presently presented here, Vicar Max, quite a dashing gentleman himself. So, but I will say, like, the storyline with Parvati and sort of helping her kind of, you know, sort of understand herself better through a romantic relationship, it is excellent. I think it's so novel to just put the focus off of the player and to totally put it onto helping one of your companions. I fucking loved it. It's really, really good. It's very well done. Takes the right amount of time, unfolds slowly, feels like it's genuine. It's just excellent, excellent writing. I mean, honestly, I kind of liked it better than just another player romance. Like, player romances have been done. I'm not saying that everything has been done with that, but at this point, I think it's more novel to sort of help your companion. All right. How did you know I'm an outsider?
I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new worker without paperwork? Unheard of. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
You must be right, Pravati. I don't know hardly any numbers, and I do just fine. Oh, boy.
Excuse me, I'm suddenly experiencing quite an amazing headache.
Okay, Parvati, wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
To cut off the power to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Ms. Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Okay, well, what do you think of Adelaide's vicar?
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
And so, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Okay, that even possible?
Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
Okay, yeah, well, you know, I've been outside. I'm not impressed. I can handle myself better than a vicar.
The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book.
Amy Dave, I've not spoken to this man, and now I must. Yeah, so that's very interesting. The Outer Worlds is incredibly open-ended. So the guys over at, I almost said Game Informer, not Game Informer, Ben Hansen and the guys over at Min-Max, Min-Max 2 Ends, we're talking about how you can skip like whole planets, basically, or not planets, but let's just say areas. I'm not going to spoil it, but whole areas and whole companions. Like it's not as streamlined as just, you know, you're going to get every single companion or you're going to get all of, you know, I don't even know if it's fair to call it the main quest because you can skip it, but there are whole areas that you can just go right past. The game is open-ended in that way, which is quite nice. This is great. Handsome. What kind of weirdness are you all into around here?
What? You seem the perfect type to go blindly into the wild on a suicidal quest.
Damn right I am.
I'm looking for a journal, a handwritten book, with the name M. Bokonu on the cover. I'll pay you to find it.
Also, Frozenberry Cupcake, don't tell me they worship the wall. This is an Attack on Titan. Actually, no, so they don't worship the walls. It's very interesting. The sort of, it's more, to me, it feels kind of more like a pseudo-religion, but they wanted to have some sort of fictional religion in there, so they shoehorned, I don't want to say shoehorned, but it doesn't feel like it's an idea that goes very deep, which, whatever, there's certain people who would say that that is true of actual religions also, but essentially the fictional religion here is that they believe in the plan or the equation, that there's some grand equation that somehow or another steers all of nature and people and life, and I don't know, it's sort of like a deterministic grand plan for the universe, sort of reference it. Vicar Max in particular references the plan or the equation. Let's see. Why would a vicar be after a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
All right. What's so special about this book?
It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
All right, I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Oh, nice. Here we go. We have ourselves yet another level up. I'm gonna like throw crazy amounts into melee because I just want to be able to bash people. Although we should also get defense up. Yeah, that's a good thing as well. So that way we're not quite dying so much. That'll work. And now Parvati has a interesting. Do I want her to actually generate more threat? That might actually be kind of nice. Now, first things first, we're just going to give her more health, to be honest, because we're going to need some serious survivability. If she and I both are just going to be running head first. Alright, well, let's go see if we can find his book for him. Also, I didn't go over to this part of the map very much, but oh well.
We can handle this. Don't mess with us.
This is lava, which is, I don't know if there's really much on this side of the map, but interesting. Here we go. All right, more bad guys. Again, whether or not I want to just charge in here is debatable. Movements. Oh, there we go. There you go. Oh, and there goes that. And oh wow, I bashed his arm off. That is really that is wicked. Holy shit. Oh, so this is actually kind of interesting. This is like a terminal that I think a lot of people have referenced as far as building some of the lore or the backstory of the Outer Worlds universe. So this is from someone named Jay Bartell to someone named C. Eldridge, and it's your theories. Clement, I find I must disagree with your theories about the Earth Directorate's place in the colonial system. Sadly, as much as I appreciate the board and the new frontier they've opened for us, I believe Halcyon and all the other colonies on the rim of the galaxy would fall to pieces or war amongst themselves if the Earth Directorate wasn't around to regulate trade and settle disputes. Do you think the corporations would accept the mandated inclusion of an Earth Minister if they had a choice in the matter? So to me, this means the Earth Directorate is basically like, there is some semblance of government essentially back on Earth, but that Halcyon was sold to the board, which is now makes it basically private property, but that, without the Earth Directorate, without the government providing some regulation, it would all go to pieces, according to Jay Bartell. This is the response back from Clement. Jefferson, of course, I'd never dispute that Earth is the heart of the whole colonial system, but the real adventure and the independent spirit upon which humankind truly thrives is to be found out here among the furthest colonies. I still think you're wrong about history, though. The discovery of the skip drive was not what gave the Earth Directorate power over the corporations. The high costs of the Great War left them in a weakened state, and the skip drive was simply the extra leverage the Directorate needed to return to power. So it seems like they've had at least one big major war, maybe somewhat recently. And then kind of in the wake of that was really what gave the Earth Directorate the authority to control society again, at least according to Clint. So yeah, pretty interesting. I think that the lore is something that they could definitely delve into more as far as what's going on back on Earth, outside of the Halcyon colony, and yeah, who knows? Maybe a new colony in future games, if we ever see a sequel. This is the collector's letter. I just got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater cannery, effective immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community center, selling rare memorabilia, but scripture tells us that all things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit and all. As for my book collection, I can't bear to part with it. I don't want these books smoldering in some contraband locker, so I stashed them all away in a cave over by the river. That's right. Okay, so now we got to go to a cave by the river, and that's where we should find the book. There we go. Okay, so I'm seeing in the chat that Michael is cooking dinner tonight and Katie doesn't believe in him, so I would just like to give a vote of confidence. I think that Michael is going to come up with a delicious meal, so just please pass along my vote of confidence to Michael. Thank you. Okay. Really taking me towards the journal? Okay, yes. Transport. Oh, I think there's more pads here. And so there are.
Here they come!
Oh boy. Oh, that one's being a little tough. Body, please smash that guy. Hang on. Out of here, space dog. Is this guy hiding? That was actually really interesting.
Here goes nothing!
There we go.
No hard feelings, okay?
Boy, all right. I have a little armor icon, and I wonder if that means that my armor is, like, busted. It's getting there. It's getting there. All right, well, you know, it's time for a fashion change anyway, so we're going to go back to our somewhat construction fashion here. Okay, here we go. Here's the entrance that we're looking for. Ah, okay, here we go. Lockpicking this. And here is the Journal of Mbakonu. So, let's just go out this way, which is probably going to be a mistake if what happens on my main character happens now. Katie, hey, I tried to teach him, but he refused. Are you like a superb cook, an okay cook, Katie? Like, I definitely think of myself firmly in the realm of okay. I definitely don't think I'm the best. I'm competent. I make food. I like it. My girlfriend likes it, at least most of the time. Maybe we can get Fussel to teach all of us how to be a master chef. Okay, so this is what happened on my main playthrough. There are these primal hunters, which are just like big, giant, ugly creature things. And, yeah, I'm not confident in our ability to bludgeon these things to death. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see what kind of... Okay, salt tuna. Here we go. Base health. Take that. Okay. Health regeneration. Apple. Okay, take that. That. Physical attributes, yep. Take that. And then attack speed. Take that. Alright, we're as buffed up as we're gonna get.
Down they go!
Alright, here we go. Oh boy, okay. That dude is big. Okay. Good lord. Oh, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Oh, Parvati, please help here. There you go. And they dig. Oh boy. I'm like smacking this thing and it will not die. Alright, that's that one. Oh man, it is not playing games right now. Oh, and ray damage. This damage bypasses armor and does damage over time. Yeah, okay, I got it. Not good. Oh boy, Parvati's down. I am like seriously trying to bash this thing to death. It's just like this thing right here, Primal Behemoth, it's just the record labels. This is Kanye against the record labels. Kanye against Prada. He's trying to beat down the establishment of the fashion industry. There you go. Easy. For the win. Okay, pretty sure we are concussed amongst other things. We will take some primal hide here as our victory loot. I think I can sell this. Frozen berry cupcake, Kanye versus his haters. Okay, alright, we made it out of that cave. I think that may have even gone better than on my main character, to be honest, because I think I had a grenade launcher, but I ran out, and then I was trying to switch weapons. I think I might have died once doing that. Mistaken. Alright, let's go back to Vicar Max. And we're close enough as it is. It's so interesting, too, because, like, they talk about the graveyard, and you kind of see this part of it in the front, but the graveyard for Edgewater is quite large, and it really kind of gives you... It's kind of dark in a way, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of graves here, and I've even seen people talk about, like, it actually feels like there's not enough people in Edgewater, but you can kind of see sort of why that is. They've been going through some hard times, and this also relates to a plot point later on, which I won't get into yet, but very interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's go back to Vicar Max. Flucus says, Jordan, is it possible to give us a third-person view of Kanye? Sure. I have not installed the... mod to unlock the console commands, but you can do a fly cam that way. Otherwise, you can do it in the inventory, but there's another way to do it, which we'll see here. Okay, so Ashara is asking, can you play in third person? No, it's only played in first person. I think they said that they maybe thought about being able to switch to third person, but it was a time and budget thing. There's a lot that goes into making a third person game versus a first person game, and so I don't know, maybe someone will do it through mods. But no, otherwise the only time you really see your character is in the inventory screen. That's about it. And then you'll see here a orbital cam triggers if you don't move for about 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds, something like that. So I'm not moving right now and just not touching the controller at all, and it should start to go into an orbital cam. We'll get a little look at Kanye out in the world here. There we go. A little bit of space Kanye. Looking good with his construction chic outfit here. Got the pimp staff rocking. There he is, Space Kanye. Katie says that's why I'm worried about getting this game. I don't want to get barfy.
What's the plan?
You know, I mean, you can always adjust your depth of, not depth of field, your field of view. Sometimes that helps people who have the nausea with first person, but otherwise, I don't know. I am hoping that eventually maybe mod support, maybe an update, maybe an official update. That would be the best case possible. They did do an official update to make Pillars of Eternity turn-based. Pillars of Eternity 2 turn-based. Who knows? Maybe they'll do an official update to make Outer Worlds third person. We'll have to see. Vicar Max.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
Yeah, I've got your book right here.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the
Emery, is he wearing a beanie? Yes.
Right.
Yes, he is wearing a beanie.
Is
You're welcome.
Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
Can I just say how much I love the delivery of Vicar Max going, I can't fucking read French. Boy, okay. Yeah, that book seems a bit more important than you let on.
There is little more important than such a precious, rare text. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Okay, I actually like this one, just to end the conversation. Speaking of plague-ridden backwaters, I should get going. Okay, well, at least you still have your mission work here to give your life a meaningful purpose.
Please. As if my life should have no greater meaning than proselytizing to a bunch of feeble-minded wretches. Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality.
Yeah, no
with
Google
people who
Translate in
have
space. No
interest
kidding.
beyond
Like
the
the whole,
next
you'll see here.
Etherwave
The whole
program.
fucking plot line is
But
finding
that's
someone who
neither
can
here
serve
nor
as
there.
Google Translate.
What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Huh, okay, so yeah, sorry. I was talking a bit over the dialogue, but he was basically just saying, but that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is find a translator, obviously, but to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. So apparently there's no translator anywhere on this planet, or at least not anywhere within Edgewater. Could be a beneficial arrangement. You ride out of town, I wouldn't mind a ship hand.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Oh yeah, that all a part of your Vicar training?
Well, understanding computers is, though I admit I took it further than most. And I was quite the 32nd back during my seminary days. Left many an opponent bleeding on the field.
All right, are you even a vicar? Because you aren't sounding very vicarly right now.
Of course. I'm a vicar who is dedicated to his calling. More dedicated than any other you'll find in this colony. I joined the OSI to help decipher the grand plan. But instead, I ended up the vicar in a prison due to ignorance and politics. Then I came here. Satisfied?
Okay, yeah, you know, well, first of all, how'd you get assigned to prison duty?
Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's the long and short of it. So, what do you think?
All right, sure.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery.
Vicar Max is actually, again, I like the character. I like the whole,
see you on the ship,
he's like a hacker priest with a somewhat sketchy past. It's not exactly the most unique thing. That's like an archetype which a bunch of different, but you know, the shotgun thing. But you know, not bad. I like it. It's well done. They don't play it too heavy-handedly as like a cliche or anything. All right, we got more points to spend. So, in particular, determination could be higher. But again, I want to be able to clobber crap out of some people, but also deep. Yeah, we gotta catch. Persuade's not bad, but higher and right. More perks. Okay, more. Yeah, for some reason, I'm kind of thinking that this would good as far as the durability. I feel like this is going to happen a lot with melee more than anything. The armor's going to get broken down a lot. I'm thinking this might not be the best, but it could also be good. God, the sprint speed, though, that is another thing that I think might be interesting. I'm torn. I'm torn between durability and sprint speed is nice because we can cover the distance between ranged characters more, but I feel like, especially with a melee build, my armor and weapons are going to take a bunch of damage, and it gets expensive to, in the repair parts, you might not even have enough repair parts to do the repair. And I think the lower your engineering skill, the more repair parts you need. Huh, a priest at my church was growing up was really into firearms. Didn't own any, but used to love talking about them. Worked a lot of war history and sermons. Right. I'm going to go with this durability one, and we'll see if the sprint thing is... Okay. Alright, what have we got now? If there's, I think there's a couple more I should be able to do, right? Because I'm not sure how I want to play the ending of this part of the game, but do I even care enough to get? Because you need a lot of approval rating with each of the different groups to get the quote-unquote best ending, to get the truce between them. But I don't even know if I care enough about that to go through and do all the side quests.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Oh, the vending machine.
Holcomb, got my eye on you, girl. Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
I'm sorry, what incident?
Ask her if you care. I'm running a business here.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Alright, I've got some questions for you.
Go right ahead.
What about this plague that's going on?
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I?
I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Spend enough time in the Spacer's Choice family, and you will come to understand. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
And if you don't work hard enough?
Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Okay, let me see what you're selling.
Music to my ears.
Sell off a couple. There we go. Now we're getting some. That's true. We can also pay people for stuff. Oh, good lord. That freaking my staff. See, this is what I'm talking about. The staff is just almost completely broken. Let me go find a bench, and that's going to be 1,400 bits to pay to have it repaired.
I'm feeling pretty low.
Okay, 16 weapon parts. This is what I'm talking about. That's all the weapon parts I have. So as far as armor, you know, we'll just have to make do. Oh, that's true, and I can't tinker. That's the other thing, man. With the science skill, you can tinker weapons and just continue to upgrade them. They basically do more damage. Armor does. Yeah, armor has a higher armor rating. It's basically just like upgrading your gear, which is really nice. Oh, but here we go. Let's, Oh, wait, does this not have a spot for... That sucks. This one does, right? Right. All this speed grip to the... Oh, I kind of like this. This is quite nice. Oh, I like this. All right.
This is where the magic happens. Well,
yeah, Kanye. Kanye is feeling. I tell you, for a game that is not that actually focused on action, like they really put some time and detail into these. Great design. It really is. Playing Red Dead 2, I also get a chance to appreciate good gun design, but this is quite nice. Quite nice.
but it still happens.
Okay, we got a little bit of time left. Let's, I think, can we do bounties? I think we can do bounties. That's pretty simple. Gives us back some. Here you can see bounty. Doc Mabel, Cotton, Elm, Entra.
Wish we all knew better.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
All right, Constable Reyes, what do you got?
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
I mean, I have some questions if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
None of these questions are good. So who do you work for, Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
So who does Spacer's Choice answer? Well, first of all, hold on, let's just get this straight. That sounds like slavery.
Careful, stranger. Talk like that comes dangerously close to sedition.
Uh-huh. All right. So who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
You know, this was a very early line of dialogue, and I forgot the fact that Spacer's Choice is owned by UDL. So UDL, or Universal Defense Logistics, is another big company in the universe, and they are involved in the story and the plot line later on as well. I forgot that they own Spacer's Choice. Interesting. All right. There was one other thing.
Something to report?
If you need help with your Marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Okay, Marauder fingers. That's what we're doing now.
A friend of mine died a couple.
Should be pretty simple. There's some that are pretty close to town, and I think there's maybe one that's a little... Yep. At least do this first one.
Weeks back, still ain't past it.
Okay, yeah, that should head right over here. And maybe do one or two of these before we stop and get a couple of the bounties done. And then I'll have to remember whether or not there's more side quests that I really do, because I think it might... I think Kanye's going to end up siding with the deserters anyway, and so if we don't need to, not really going to do all the side quests. Oh, there's... I like this pistol.
Sorry!
Finger. That will do. Oh! I like that apple. The dodge is semi-useful. I don't know that dodge is super useful. It's not bad though. Okay, well, first things first, we gotta find Birdie's finger. That's all. Not claim the bounty without his finger. Oh, he got, I mean, it's kind of weird, because where would his finger be? Like in this pile of dust, this ash that we reduced him to, we got his finger? Kinda doesn't make sense, but okay. We'll take it. Also, I've heard people say a lot of things about...
done.
Ooh, plasma cut. Fun. I've heard a lot of people say that they have had trouble hanging on to enough ammo in the game, and I never had that experience. In my main character, I'm not using melee really at all. It's totally a gun build, and I have thousands and thousands of round ammo. Okay, next one is... Or actually, they're both a little bit out of the way. Not out of the way, but they're towards some of the areas where we're going to go to the main quest. So... I think we might call it there. Well, let me go bash a couple more people ahead, actually.
This'll be quick. Nice
There you go. Oof!
We made it!
Flashing is fun. All right, so I'm going to give us one more look at Kanye here before we close, but I think this will be a decent enough stopping place. We'll continue with bounties, and then depending on if there are any other side quests that I actually feel like doing, we might even be done with Emerald Vale whenever the next time is that we play this. I definitely want to keep playing this character, to be honest, so may as well stream it because it's a lot of fun to play this character. It's very, very different than how I'm playing it on my main character, which is like sniper build, high intelligence, like much more careful about like sort of playing the corporate game between all the different factions. I think Kanye is going to be a lot more fuck everything, smash people with a pipstick, and just he's living his best life. But it's a fun character to play, and it's very fun to see the reactivity and the differences between how I'm playing it on my first go around and this one. So yeah, I'm thinking one way or another I'll find a way to stream some more of Space Kanye. There's our boy. Oh, that's the other thing too. It's kind of hard to get a screenshot because any key press switches it to something else. Be that as it may, I think this is. Let me go ahead and make a hard save, and that'll be a nice place to stop. So here we go. This is the Adventures of Space Kanye. Sort of, I had this up at the beginning, just right before we got started. For those of you that did not get a chance to see it, in the beginning, this is the title card, the Adventures of Space Kanye, which I fucking love. Those sunglasses. Those are a real thing, not a Photoshop. The man actually wore that during the concert. You all are fantastic. Pretty sure Katie's. Well, I think Katie is still sick. She's on the mend. She's getting better. I'm assuming she might be back with normal schedule next week, but if not, those of you following her on Twitter, check there for updates. We should be back next Saturday with another Claude stream, modded Too Many Mods Dragon Age Origins stream. I will be trying to figure out when we can get on the regular with his Adventures of Space Kanye stuff, and then, I mean, look, I'm not going to throw out there that we might do some Red Dead Redemption 2, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is on PC. I mean, come on. How are we not gonna giddy up yeehaw? I feel like we've been talking about Red Dead on this channel for the past year without ever being able to really stream it effectively. So at some point, maybe Red Dead 2. Anyhow, thank you all for joining. I hope everyone has had a good weekend thus far, and I hope you have a fantastic week. And we'll see you next time. Take care.